Okay, hello. So we are now actually on training video number 3, and this is the introduction to what I call the God mod. So in this video, we'll discuss why you should use Geniux. You're also going to learn how this unique plugin can add extra cells to your bottom line, and how you can bypass the monthly fees for third-party autoresponder services with Geniux, and how it can create a completely automated subscriber sales system that will increase conversions from the normal list building process. We're also going to show you how it actually can take over as a virtual admin assistant for your whole site. Now, building a list is great, right? And everyone should be doing it. But Geniux is unique in that it can create instant money from that list building process. This system genuinely makes normal autoresponders obsolete. It is literally list building 3.0. Now, it's a big statement, so let's see if I can actually convince you that that's true. Okay, so let's just look at the stuff that in Geniux that makes it work just like a normal autoresponder, and this is why you can actually lose your a third-party autoresponder service. When you download and install Geniux and you log into your admin area, you're going to see Geniux there, and you've got three choices: scheduled mailings, automated mailings, and new member mailings. New member mailings are in the LFM VM and LFMTE versions. The LFM version is a little different in that it has member level mailings, so you can differentiate between each of the members. But what we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on the LFMT and LFMVM version because that's where most of you are going to be actually watching this, I suspect. So let's take a look at that. We'll come across to the differences in a minute, but right now let's take a look at Geniux and let's look at new member mailings. Okay, so now this is where you can actually use Geniux as a normal autoresponder. Okay, as they sign up for your site and create their memberships, whether it's free or paid, depending on whether you have LFMT, LFMVM, or LFM. So this would normally put in your normal autoresponder messages. So day one, they get a nice hello, how are you? We're happy you chose this site, etc. And on day two, they get the next one. Day three, day four, you can make this day, you can put these 10 days apart instead of every day like these are, if you want to. Now, in the case of LFMT and LFMVM, you can also give them rewards for clicking on the links in the email. So you can actually teach your members to open your emails and click on the links in your emails because they'll get rewarded either with credits, banners, or text impressions. Okay. So that's something that normal autoresponders can't do. So right away, you've already got a way to create activity using the autoresponders. So you can completely do away with your third-party autoresponder series because Geniux will take over everything for you. And you can see we've actually got 7 in this series, but you could have made it 10 or 15 or 20. These are a day apart, but you could make them a week apart or a month apart, whatever you want. So that is the normal autoresponder way of doing things. Now you're going to look up here and you can see, okay, don't use a link, redirect to another link, and show an HTML page. Now we're going to come to those as we get to the more sexy parts at the end of this video. But for all intents and purposes, don't use a link is normal autoresponder messages, and you put your links actually in the emails. Okay, like that. If you want to do a redirect and you want to track the links in these messages, then you would take that link out and you would put it to redirect to another link, and you would paste it in there, and then you would just use that macro there in the email instead of the normal URL. What happens there is that Geniux will then track it. It will tell you how many people clicked on it, etc., etc. Now we'll come to stats in a minute because that's another thing as well that a lot of autoresponders don't really give you. So we'll come to that. Okay, so that's the normal, everyday, boring autoresponder. That's as much as an autoresponder would do normally. Now I know with autoresponders you can also schedule messages, and look, lo and behold, there you go, in Geniux you can also schedule messages. So now you can set them up by date. You can go in there, you know, if you're going off on holiday and you're doing promos, you can set them up for each individual dates, and that's when they'll go out. You can also choose here whether or not it goes to all members or just the free members, or just the silver or gold or whatever you want. So each of the membership levels can actually get a separate scheduled message. And again, we come to the redirect link, so you can just redirect to another URL. Instead of putting the URL in the message, you put in click link. Let me just put that in there, type it in so you can see. So that's hash, and then all in caps, click link, hash. And wherever that is in the email, that will pick up on this one up here. Let's have a bit of fun. I love Robert. He's great.com. So whatever you put up in there, if you put that click link in the email, that's where it will redirect to. Now that's pretty cool, because when we go up here to where it says schedule messages, sent messages, manage template, we'll come to that in a minute. But with sent messages, there we go, we get a full list of stats: time it was sent, day it was sent, how many it was sent to, how many people in the site actually clicked on it, how many people unsubscribed from that email, because that's quite interesting to know. And if you're using IPN codes in there, because that's the other thing we'll come to in a minute, you can actually track the sales that were made from those emails. Okay. And you can also save things in schedules, templates. So if you want an email that goes out, let's say it goes out every Tuesday, but you don't want to set it up for a year for every Tuesday. So what you do is you save it in. When you actually create the email, you down here, you click Save As New Template. Okay, and then when you click the Schedule the Email, then it goes into the, it gets saved basically into templates. Now, actually, I've scrolled down here and I paused because I didn't know about these emails. Obviously, Kay has been in and set up some promos. This one's going out in 14 hours time. Oh, this one goes out in 4 days and 14 hours time. She's being lazy. She's setting all these up. So this goes out in 5 days. So now, you know, there's a week's worth of emails. Oh, 7 days. Yep. So pretty much this is your assistant. You can come in here once for half an hour, set all these up. Boom, 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 and you're done. Okay. Another one. Wow, 12 days ahead. She really is making this Geniux work. 14 days ahead. Look at that. 18 days. I don't pay her enough. Don't tell her that though. 25 days. You see how this works? Okay, right. Boom. Set up. All the promos that have been set up over the last month are already set in the system. 39 days ahead. And there we go. Now, the LFMT, the macros down here, these are all things that you can use inside the emails or inside the HTML pages. We'll come to this. We'll come to these three sexy things up here in a minute when we go through the automation. But as you can see, you can use first name, username for their membership. You can tell them how many credits. You can give them their stats, what their affiliate ID is, if you owe them money. You can put that in email to much as say, log in, we owe you money, etc., etc. You can also try and get them promoting you by giving them a referral. So these are all the macros that you can use inside your emails. That's pretty standard. But of course, you know, looking at this, that you can easily set up. This is why we call it the admin assistant. Right, so now that's kind of the non-sexy, although I suppose scheduled mailings are semi-sexy. But the automated mailings, now this is where it gets really, really, really smart. Now again, all right, we've set them up with, in this case, it's a standard one, so it's a surfing ratio boost. And it's going to send. Now, when's it going to send it out, though? Well, let's take a look, because right up here, set send rules. Let's take a look at that. So you can set the rules for this mailing to say, don't mail this group if an admin is sent out the last 2 days. Okay, right. Let's take a look at this. Oh, number of surfers. Oh, if the number of surfers in a day is less than a certain rule, let's just say, you know, you get less than 10 or 20 surfers in a day, and that's not good enough. You want more activity. You can set this to send out. Whoa, it's checked. Whoa, wait a minute. We need at least 10 surfers a day, and today we only had 5. Right, let's send out an email to try and get activity back up. So it checks your stats. It knows how well or how badly you're doing, and if you don't reach the minimum targets, Geniux says, right, let's send out a promo email. And what else can you do? Oh, total sales. So if total sales for that day is less than, I don't know, let's just say you need, your partner's pestering you to make, I need $100 a day to pay the bills. All right, you need $100 a day, so you click in there and says, if the total sales in the last 2 days, let's change that if I say $100 a day, if the total sales in the last 48 hours is less than $200 that my wife wants, and if I don't get that, she's going to beat me up, then the Geniux says, right, they've not earned enough money, let's send out some promos for them. That's pretty cool stuff, right? I don't know of any third-party autoresponder that checks your stats, sees how much money you've made, and if you haven't made enough, sends out emails for you. Now let's go and take a look in the LFM version of this, simply because I have some more promos in here. Let's go and look at the automated mailer in here. So now we can set up groups. So now we've got a coaching series, which this video is part of a coaching series, and is set to go out every 30 days to all members. Okay, and so there we are. We're coaching series 1. You've probably watched that already. That was the number 2, Tweet Like Magic, and this is going to be the 3rd one, which I'm putting in there now. Right. So that's set to go out every 30 days. The next group is plugins. Okay, so now let's take a look at this. Now we have emails sent out in here to encourage everybody to buy plugins. And if you see what we've done in the first one, there we go. Let's take a look at this. So now this is the sexy part, right? HTML pages. You don't want to actually send them to a link. You want to create a sales page that you want to send them to. In the case of the plugins, that's exactly what we want to do. So the email goes out and it has that click link macro in there, but this time it knows that there's an HTML page that you've created. So let's preview that HTML page. There we go. And there it says, okay, the email, we've clicked through and it said, did you get this plugin for your LFMCE yet? And then we can go through a whole sales splurge about how good the chat mod is. And right at the bottom, we can actually put directly buy buttons straight into the promos. So now somebody doesn't have to log in, see your login offer, or click on the link that says latest plugins. You can actually send them emails and they can buy directly from the HTML pages without actually having to log into the site. So there we go. That is a quick run through of how Geniux works. So this just to recoup, you can take a look at that. You can actually cancel your monthly accounts at Aweber or GetResponse or any other third-party autoresponder service, because Geniux will do everything they can do and more. Geniux will check your stats to see if surfing is down or sales are down. And if it is, then the Geniux assistant will set up a promo for you. Send one out, it'll choose one. Now, it'll do that either by lowering the timer, or it can increase the ratio, surfing ratio, and then it'll send out an email to your members to let them know the details, that you're doing a special promotion. It'll check all your stats and determine if you have a problem inside your site. Not enough activity, not enough sales, and if it decides there is a problem, dependent upon the rules that you've set in the automator, it will run a special promotion to fix it, and it'll do that automatically without you having to be there. You can add buy buttons directly into your landing pages, so all you have to do is get them to click the link in the email. And remember, get them to click the link in the email. Remember, okay, that they actually can. You can. Whoops, where are we? There we go. We can actually give rewards for clicking the links on the videos in the emails. So now if they click the link, they get free credits, free banners, or free text, and they then go and watch the video or read the sales page for whatever it is you're selling. And I don't know of any autoresponder that'll do that for you. So there we go. That's that quick run through. Hopefully that's been helpful. There will be there is a downloadable PDF file that you can download and get more information and more ideas of how to use Geniux. But hopefully that's convinced you that really you need the God mod. Thanks very much for listening.